people join in.
All right, guys. We are.
So you're going to tag my Facebook page?
I'm going to tag your Facebook page. We're going to put on there right now. As a matter of fact, we're actually live right now. And there we go.
There it is.
They just have to click in and follow, and then they'll be able to chat.
Okay, there you go. I see it. Posted on my timeline.
That's it.
So, if you see somebody that needs to hear this information, copy and paste the link. Go ahead and send it out to them on Facebook because we ready to go live.
All right. Let me start this over. All right. So, how you feeling?
I'm good.
All right. Welcome to another session of the Answer Game Podcast. I'm your host, Val Holdness, coming at you on a Friday evening from Columbus with the man here. I'm introducing him real soon, but before we do, I want to send some shouts out to a couple businesses that are actually sponsoring this podcast. Number one is Body by Inches, and that is owned by Mr. Michael Russell, a professional NGA bodybuilder. He runs Body by Inches in Union City. I'm going to get you the address later on. Also, Quality Automotive, run by Quentin Arrington in Dallas, Georgia. Okay? Quentin has an operation where he not only sells cars, but he has a mobile detailing business. Real nice operation out there. I'm going to get you the address. If I'm not mistaken, it's 202 White Park Drive in Dallas, Georgia, 30132. Get in contact with it, man, because he'll definitely get you a good deal on the car, and he'll also wash your car. So just keep that in mind. This is operation. Tonight's broadcast is an operation between Great Atlanta Signing Service. That's GreaterAtlantaSigningService.com for all your notary needs. You can just contact. That's actually my business. You contact me, and for all your notary needs, we'll handle them for you. Okay. This is part of Essential Productions, an entity of Essential Productions and Great Atlanta Signing Services. We are here tonight with the man, Mr. Johnny Newsome. Mr. Johnny, how are you?
I'm doing just fine, and thank you for coming up from Atlanta to Columbus, Georgia.
Not a problem.
To do this interview.
Okay, great. I'm looking forward to it, Johnny, because actually I've seen your success on Facebook. I've been really paying attention to you.
Okay.
And we've been knowing each other since 2002.
That's right, sir.
2002, and it was a little spot that we both fell off the map.
That's right.
And you was doing your thing. You was always doing your thing, right?
That's right.
And now you're doing it a little bit bigger.
On a bigger stage.
Right. Okay, we're going to talk about that tonight, y'all. Johnny, like I said, we've been knowing each other since 2002, and how we've known each other was through a business opportunity, through the Amway business. We both have a background in terms of network marketing, and we're both a big believer in
That's right.
business, all right? We sort of both diverged paths, and Johnny, he actually, he's real successful in terms of what he's doing right now. We're going to talk about that tonight. And Johnny, what are you doing?
Well, first of all, my background is I joined the military at 17 years old.
Okay.
And I did 21 years, 11 Bravo Infantry Ranger, went to 3 conflicts. And recently, I've been retired for about 8 years now.
Okay.
I went into law enforcement for a couple years. And then I seen my company. And it's just been great. We have a lot of services to help people. Our core product is credit restoration or credit repair. And currently, I'm a regional vice president in the company. So, being that where I'm at now, the passion into helping people, to give them a chance, hope, to help them get that dream home, to get that car and get out of the car to get them from point A to point B. It's just a blessing to be able to lay my head on a pillow and say, I just helped one more person.
That's awesome. Now, I have a lot of questions.
Okay.
Because obviously, you're doing big things now.
Okay.
And I'm still working on it. You
All
know.
right.
So you said you were an Airborne Ranger. You've been in the military, and thank you for serving your country, by the way.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. And you moved on to doing some big things right now with the regional. Is it regional education?
No, regional vice president. Our company is
Financial Business Services.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah, I apologize. And Okay, how did that come about?
Well, I was doing an event in Miami roughly about 5 years ago, and this awesome lady approached me, gave me a business card. 2 years later, picked up the phone and called me just to see how I was doing. And things had changed in life in law enforcement. And I asked her, are you still doing that business? And she said, yes. I came on board, registered myself, and the best is yet to come.
Now, okay, it was 2 years that passed. So obviously time wasn't right for you at that time.
That's correct.
What changed?
You know, one, being in 21 years in the military, I always had this thing when I retired, I was going to be able to live my life on my terms and not have a job that somebody dictates my money and my time. And when I retired, I took a 2-year break and I went straight into a job. And although I was making good money being a government civilian on a military installation, it still wasn't putting me where I needed to be. So when she picked up the phone and called me and said, you know, how am I doing? The light bulb came on. And I said, this is my chance. See, this is what I believe. You cannot seize an opportunity unless you take control of an opportunity.
Okay.
So I seen my chance. I dove full feet in. And man, it's been a good ride for the last 5 years.
Now, what's a typical day for you, Johnny?
Say again now?
What's a typical day?
Well, typical day. I don't come into my office till 5 o'clock. I love it. And, you know, I do appointments only. That's just the freedom I have. I do have a personal assistant. She comes in here at 10 and she leaves at 4. I leave when I choose to. If I don't have no appointments till 3, then so be it.
Wow. So you come in at 5?
No, I come in at 11.
Coming at 11?
11 a.m. every day.
And leave till?
Whenever I leave. Sometimes I leave, check on her, and then I leave for the rest of the day. All right.
Now you're married?
I am.
How long you been married for?
A few years. A few years.
And let's see, the last time we spoke, really, your son was just born, right? I think
that's
it was,
correct.
Yeah. How old is he now?
12.
12 years old. And you said he has a black belt in Taekwondo.
Black belt in Taekwondo. He was the youngest black belt in Taekwondo in the city of Columbus at the age of 11.
Is that right?
That's right.
So you're not having no more kids?
No.
Really?
No.
How old are you, Johnny?
46.
46. And that's it?
Done.
Oh, man. See, I'm Jamaican, man, so we like to have big families. Although I don't have any kids right now, I want 5, 10.
Oh, man.
5, 10.
Well, we need to make some more income.
See, Johnny's been selling me the whole time, but not really selling me in a bad way. I'm an entrepreneur, so I don't mind being sold too. But Johnny's excited. Most definitely excited. I hear it in his voice. I see it in his walk. He definitely has things going on. You said you have an organization. How many people now?
4,100.
4,100.
Covering 29 states.
Wow. And you done that in 5 years?
5 years, yes, sir.
So what's your secret?
Well, one, you got to be passionate about what you do. And you got to believe that you can help a lot of people and put your personal gains to the side and look in how you can help the people. See, one of the things I just taught to a agent today, you got to believe that all things are possible, right? See, when you take the faith of a mustard seed, that seed, how can it move that mountain? How is that possible? You got to have zero doubt. When you have zero doubt, all things are possible. And when I joined the company, my main mission was to help a lot of people. Of course, I wanted a source of income. The compensation is great, but now it's not even about that, because now the residual income, and we know what residual is. You do the work one time and get paid for the rest of your life. And man, you don't have to look at a dollar sign because it's coming in.
Right. Now, we're both connected on Facebook, and like I said, we both have a background in that industry, and I see the pictures of everybody that I guess are attempting to be in this type of business.
That's right.
But I've been in it long enough to tell who's really doing it.
Right.
I know you see those pictures too.
That's right.
So what do you think separates yourself from those guys that just post pictures talking about, okay, I'm here now. Look at me, I'm a part of this team, Or you'll see another picture, join us, you'll get such and such amount of money. What separates you?
Well, one thing about, and I'm not knocking no other company, all right, because somebody's making income, but we don't sell a product. We have a service that other people need, okay? We do credit restoration. That's a need. Understand your credit reflect where you live, the car that you buy, interest rates on credit cards. You can't even get an apartment, jobs. So I don't have to have a bunch of coffee, makeup, juices, vitamins. I don't have to move products. I provide a service. And that service is a need. When you have supply and demand, see, you can go buy a product anywhere.
Right.
Go to Walmart. Right?
Right.
Go to the mall. Where can you go buy credit? You can't. And everybody needs it.
So all somebody do is just call you up and you'll fix everything.
They can reach me at 706 507 3602 in Columbus, Georgia, 2429 Norris Road, Columbus, Georgia, 31907. Or they can send me a message right on Facebook on John Newsome. Inbox me. Or my email address, FES as Foxtrot Echo Sierra Columbus @gmail.com. Very simple. Even if they just want to ask me a question, just inquire about something. It's too easy to pick up the phone. See, 90% of the battle is just picking up the phone, letting the ego off their shoulders and said, I done tried it my way. I need professional help. That's all a person has to do. That's 90% of the battle. 10% is putting them in the system and letting the system work for them. Understand, system. Save yourself time, energy, and money.
Never had to put it that way. I like that. You made that up yourself?
No, that's one of the things I teach.
All right. So if somebody was to come to you, what's the process? How long would it take?
Good question. Understand that 3 major credit bureaus are not even owned by the government.
Right.
They're individual, privately owned, billion-dollar companies.
Isn't that crazy?
So understand, nobody can give a certain time when a person's credit is going to be fixed. It's based off in their credit. Here's the good thing. Every consumer in America have rights. The problem is they don't know their rights. That's where we come in play.
And, in this economy, I'm sure you see a lot of cases with, people that have those low beacon scores in the 5s or 4s.
That's correct.
Yeah. What's some of the craziest scenarios you've done seen in this industry?
Well, I done seen a few in 5 years. I had a lady that had 72 negative items on all 3 major...
72?
72 negative items on all 3 major credit bureaus. One of the things I seen, a gentleman had 3 types of bankruptcy. Now, most people say, well, there's only 2. It's the reason why they're not educated. So
you got the chapter 7 and chapter 13.
Okay, so chapter 13 is where you have to pay.
Okay.
Chapter 7 is everything right off and you don't have to pay. What's a civil judgment in bankruptcy?
I've heard that term, but I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what it means.
Well, understand civil judgment. Judgment. That means somebody took you to court. So that chapter 13 that he filed, he didn't pay that attorney. So the attorney took him to court and the judge put a civil judgment bankruptcy on it. The cool thing is my company was able to get all 3 of them deleted. The chapter 7, chapter 13, and the civil judgment in bankruptcy.
Right.
Now tell me that ain't powerful.
That's yeah. How you do that?
Well, under the Fair Credit Reporting Act that was passed by Congress in 1970, the law states is you, as American or consumer, have the right to dispute or investigate any item on your credit report or credit profile. Inaccurate, erroneous, obsolete items such as late payments, charges, collection, foreclosures, judgment, tax liens, student loans, medical bills, and even child support. And many other items can be removed or reflect paid as agreed. See, you're not fighting the creditor if that was your debt or not.
Okay.
That's not what you're fighting. You're fighting to the three major credit bureaus. They have 30 to 45 days to prove it was your debt. And if they can't prove it, guess what they got to do?
What's that?
They got to delete it off.
Now, what if they do dispute?
See, that's called a third party.
Okay.
So let's say you had Sears, for example. Sears is party number one. You will be party number two.
Okay.
And the credit bureaus is party number three.
Okay.
By law, Sears can only give them the name, social security number, the account, and the amount you owe. They can't give original contract.
Okay.
So now you've got to prove, the three major credit bureaus got to prove to say that was your account. You know how many people got hit with identity theft?
I'm sure a lot.
Okay, for example, in the nation, Fort Lauderdale is ranked number 1 in the nation with identity theft.
Why do you think that is?
I don't really know that. You know, you got a lot of people come from different countries to Florida, right? Especially Miami, South Beach, Fort Lauderdale, right?
That's true.
Guess who's ranked number 2 in the nation?
Not Atlanta.
No, Columbus, Georgia, right where I'm at.
Is that right?
And it's the second largest city in Georgia.
Right.
We're ranked number 2 in the nation.
With identity theft.
So think about, there's 50 states in the United States, including the Virgin Islands. How many cities in one state? A lot. To be ranked number 2. And Atlanta is only an hour and 15 minutes away.
Right.
It's only a matter of time.
I would think I would have never guessed that because this is a military town pretty much, right?
It is.
So I wouldn't think that type of stuff would go on, you know, close to a military base.
Well, you would think about that, but understand, military people, right? Do people steal people's credit with bad credit or good credit?
Good credit.
Okay, so if you're thinking about military, let's say 70% of military got what?
They have to have good credit, right? Exactly.
Good credit.
Gotcha.
So why would I steal bad credit?
Gotcha.
It only makes sense.
Didn't think about that. Now I know Georgia has some, I guess, some strict laws in terms of people helping other people repair credit.
That is correct.
Yeah. How do you, I don't want to say get around it, but how do you coincide?
How we do that? See, my company's out of Farmington Hills, Michigan.
Right.
The 3 entities that can repair credit legally in the state of Georgia, you have to be a non-profit organization, you got to be affiliated with a credit union, and you have to have attorneys. See, I don't repair credit. My company repairs credit. I'm an agent or affiliate in a supporting arm for my company, right? So our company is affiliated with a credit union. We are a non-profit organization, and we have attorneys. I'm the supporting arm to repair credit. So I collect data for the company. Once I collect that data, it goes to our attorneys in our company, and they actually repair the credit. I'm just educated on credit. See, when you know better, you can do better. If you don't know better, you can't do better.
You hear this man? He has it going. Can you tell he has the momentum right now? All right, Johnny, let me ask you something, man. Okay, you have 41 people in your 4,100.
That's right.
Agents to your organization.
That's right.
Okay, you've been on sponsored trips to Las Vegas. I've seen pictures on the stage.
Cruise.
That trophy over there. Cruises too.
Yep. They bought me an Audi A8L.
So they're taking care of you.
That's right.
Now, what are you ranking the company?
About number 9.
Number 9. Wow.
We have about 13 affiliates in our company.
13 affiliates?
13,000.
13,000 affiliates, excuse me. Wow, okay, all right. So you just make that happen.
We're blessed.
I hear you.
How about that?
I hear you.
One of the things I really focus on in our company's platform is educating people. Mm-hmm. And everybody know they need a good credit score. A lot of people want a good credit score. See, when your wants turns into a need, then you will succeed. So one of the things I ask a customer or a new affiliate is, what are the 5 elements that makes up a good credit score? You know how many people can't tell me that?
I'm sure not too many.
Right?
Right.
Most people get 2.
Okay.
But on 5, the max I ever had in 5 years is a person that named 4.
And see, I've been in the car business, and I've been trained to tell people 3. Like, I know your debt to income ratio.
That's 30%.
That's 30%, right? And, okay, what was the second thing? It'll come back to me, y'all. Your debt to income ratio.
You can tap me in anytime you want.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, tap me in. There you go.
So, 35% of your credit score is payment history.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
30% is debt to credit ratio.
Okay.
15% is length of credit histories or inquiries. 10% is new
15%?
credit. 15% is inquiries or length of credit history.
Okay.
10% is type of credit used, is secured or unsecured. Mm-hmm. And 10% is new credit. But I like to entertain.
See, he recited back there. See, doing this too. I'm sorry, go ahead.
The type of credit used, if it's secured or unsecured. So one of the things I ask a client is, explain to me what's a secured credit card, what's this unsecured credit card. Mm-hmm. What is that? Secured is when you have to put your money, it's your collateral down. That's what makes it secured. Mm-hmm. Unsecured is where you have to use your credit score, and they give you a trade line of $500, $1,000, $10,000, $20,000. Okay. Right? Though they give it to you, you still have to stay within 30%. So let's say you have a credit card of $10,000, you can't spend over $3,000. Mm-hmm. If you have a credit card of $300, you cannot spend over $90. The average person, i.e. $300 credit card, how much you think they're going to spend? The average person. All of it. Yeah. But even if they spend $200, they're over half. When the reporting cycle hit the next month, guess what happens to their credit score?
It's going to drop because of that.
It's going to drop.
Right.
You know how many people not educated on that?
Yeah, I'm sure a lot.
Then they get their information from their next door neighbor. Well, understand, if your next door neighbor had more information than you, they wouldn't be your next door neighbor. Right. Oh, don't worry about it. Just go ahead and pay it off the next month. The number one thing I ask them, where's your payment history? Mm-hmm. And that's 35% of your credit score. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They go, I ain't never thought of that.
Right. Now, I heard it's advantageous to go ahead and pay off your loans early, because every day you accrue interest.
That's right. That's right.
So, okay, if I want to build my credit up, all I do is get a little credit card and charge a little bit. Like if the limit is $300, charge like $5. If I do that for, a consecutive amount of months.
That's right.
Then
that's right. Yeah. So, what I tell people, spend if your debt to credit ratio, if you have a $300 credit card, you can spend up to $90. Mm-hmm. Get some gas for about $20. Mm-hmm. What you do the first month, make the minimum payment, the next month pay it off. Mm-hmm. Simple. Charge about $30, make the minimum payment the next following month, pay it off.
And that's it.
You're building payment history. You're staying within 30% of the debt to credit ratio. Understand that 65% of your credit score is going to go out the roof.
Are y'all learning something? This is awesome, man. This is awesome. So, I guess, how long did it take you to get to this point to be so knowledgeable? I mean, what type of training program? Well, I don't want to ask you about your training program, but
we do have a strong.
If I was starting today, how long would it take for me to be considered an expert?
Well, we have a strong training platform. We do a lot of training. Like tomorrow, I'll be in Columbia, South Carolina. Okay. Conducting training. Okay. The next following weekend, I'll be here in Columbus, Georgia. on a Saturday doing training. We have webinars. We have conference call training. We make sure our agents or affiliates is very educated, the ones that really want the training, right? Because remember, you can't make somebody do something they don't want to do.
Right.
But if they're knowledgeable and they want it, even with my consumers, I tell my clients, Mr. Newsome, just help me get a good credit score. I said, once we help you, how are you going to maintain and sustain it if you're not educated?
Right.
Well, I won't do the same mistakes. Well, you don't even know what it takes. So the education piece is the most important piece.
Education. Okay, so for me, what, 3 months?
Yeah, if you're consistent.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. It's very simple.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to be really want to do it. Some people don't even take them that long.
Mm-hmm.
When I sit down with a client, 35 minutes, I show them certain basic principles, certain things you should do. They got it. Now, there's some that don't listen. Understand there's a difference between hearing and listening.
Right.
Some don't listen. Guess what they got to do?
Right, start over.
Yeah, they got to come back and see.
Right. You got a lot of knowledge, brother. Let me ask you something. When you going mainstream? Is that in your plans to hit the stage, tour the country, tour the world?
Well, we kind of sort of is. I don't mind traveling. I usually have a couple of my sales directors and above travel with me. They don't let me go by myself because I'm always trying to go somewhere, right?
Okay.
To help some people. Even down to, I have one of my senior agents in the room with us today.
Okay.
He could have checked out and went home a long time ago. But he said, regional, as long as you here, I'm here.
Okay.
So that's a blessing.
Yeah.
Sales director
From Chicago.
from Chi-Town.
All right. Former Airborne Ranger, right?
Former retiree, 25 years U.S. Army.
This brother here is hardcore. He's standing right behind me, He's looking at my every move. If I make the wrong move, I'm gone.
I love it.
Yeah. So, how long have you been a part of the team? We all brothers in this room, and I know it's sort of hard. I see that Johnny's looking younger than you.
Yes.
And as brothers, I know it's sort of hard for us to.
He's my little brother.
Right. See, that's what I'm saying. It's sort of hard for us to submit our ego to somebody younger to us. So how do you do that?
He's like us. He's like us.
Did y'all say together?
No.
I retired.
Gotcha.
I retired.
Gotcha.
Connection.
Right.
That's why we get along so good.
That'll do it. So y'all seen some stuff like, military wise?
Oh,
Y'all
yeah,
seen some
definitely.
stuff.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit?
Well, all right, a whole lot.
I bet. Now, what countries have y'all been to serving your country?
I served in Iraq and I served in Afghanistan. My first tour was in Panama in 1989. I did Operation Just Cause. Yeah, 1989. I did Desert Shield, Desert Storm. I did Enduring Freedom, Iraq Freedom. So I've been around a while.
And Johnny, what have you
I
done?
did Desert Storm, Desert Shield, Sinai, Egypt, when Jordan and Israel was fighting over the Sinai Peninsula, and then Mogadishu, Somalia, with 375 Ranger Battalion.
Wow. So
I was
this
in
is easy
10th
for y'all.
Mountain
Life
at
is
that
easy for y'all
time.
right now. This is nothing.
Oh no, this is no.
It's just a blessing to be blessed at what we're doing and
Right.
how we're doing our jobs.
Yeah.
We've been here. We've been there, back and forth. And we've done our time and we served our country well.
All right. So that's what I've seen. You know, a lot of former military and business. You know, in general, like they use those same skills that they learned from the military and apply them. Apply them to whatever they were doing. And I'm assuming this is the case here.
Well, that's a great point that you brought up. A lot of people that I see that come in our industry, they do very well, and this is why. There's certain things as a military person or a retiree you don't have to teach them. That's loyalty, discipline, commitment, and work ethic. That gets in us doing basic training or boot camp. A person don't have to teach us that. They just need to teach us their system. Mm-hmm. And if we're involved, then that's where we get passionate about it. That's why we go fast and we go hard.
I hear you. Loyalty is big for me too. We don't see that too much.
That's right.
In the civilian world. Am I correct when I say that?
100%.
Yeah. So I guess do y'all, when you interviewing prospects, is that what you tend to focus on? Is people that have that former military background?
Well, not necessarily that they have to have that background. It's just the way we present ourselves as sales directors, regional vice presidents. We're showing them a way to live a better life with great restoration. But we tried to make them be disciplined about it. So when you teach people discipline about things in life, they can move forward better.
I hear you. Now, Johnny, the former group that you were associated with was pretty much a group of former military. Y'all had that same type of approach.
That's correct.
And it went south.
Mm-hmm.
Can you go into some details as
far
as what happened?
A lot of it was because of greed. You can have very successful people that do great things. But I gave a teaching to my business team roughly about a month ago. Long-term thinking versus immediate gratification. I'll say that again. Mm-hmm. Long-term thinking versus immediate gratification. So many people see dollar signs, and lose their mind. I did a teaching today, and I'll share with you, Mr. Cordero, can you go into my desk drawer, and it's an envelope with some currencies in it. Can you bring that? And I'm going to share something with you.
Sure.
Most people, and we are live on Facebook, so they can actually see it too. So they're going to be able to learn some things. For the ones that's listening in here, they're not going to be able to see it, but we're going to explain it so they can understand.
I hope so.
I learned this roughly about 8 years ago. That's why, even in my business team now, I give back. I give, I donate. Because I know my blessings is going to fold and no one can stop them. Mm-hmm. Understand, if you put a seed in your hand and you close that hand and hold it tight, where are you going to put it on fertile ground? You're not.
Right.
Is it going to grow? No.
Right.
You got to be able to open it up and put it in fertile ground to get growth out of it. Mm-hmm. See, when the growth periods start, you have no control. Mm-hmm. That's where people fail. Mm-hmm. They believe they have control. No, you don't have control of that. There's only one person who has the control, because he controls the rain, the wind, the humidity, the sun. Mm-hmm. All them elements takes and has to work for the growth to come. You just gotta sit and watch.
I hear you. And I refer back to that moment, to that team, because, my little background, I was, just coming out of college when I first joined the team.
That's right.
I was young and impressionable, and I saw what was going on.
A white envelope. It's in the middle drawer. Yeah, it's torn on one side.
And I saw what was going on, and I saw the team. It was, y'all were unified. It was a diverse group, but all fighting for one cause.
That's right.
And I thought it was no stopping anybody that was a part of it,
Right.
And it just fizzled away, and that was sort of, a big blow to me, that type of thing. And you said it was because of greed.
Right. Well,
And Johnny's putting out some hundreds and fifties right now. Just to let y'all know what he's doing.
and I'm gonna answer that question, right?
Uh-huh.
But I want to share something with you, right? When people see stuff at face value, see, the brain has to make that switch, has to click and say, okay, these currencies is just a token of appreciation. You follow me?
Mm-hmm.
You can go get more. They say the United States is millions and trillions of dollars in debt to China.
Yes, I heard that.
So how are they paying LeBron James $26 million to bounce a basketball for about 10 months?
My understanding is coming from out of thin air.
Or how they just started the baseball season for a guy to hit a ball out of a ballpark to pay him $400 million.
Right.
One season. How is that possible if we're broke?
Somebody got a print machine.
Somebody got money,
Uh-huh.
right? The problem is, where are people pulling their money from? See, understand, if you go to an apple orchard, expect apples. If you go to an orange orchard, you cannot expect apples from an orange orchard. See, people are going to their job expecting for them to pay them out how much they're worth. It would never happen. That job has to pay you they have to make 3 times as much off you for your effort. If not, they will have to file bankruptcy. They don't like you that much, right? So let's talk about it. Let me ask you a couple questions. And I knew this is my interview that you could answer me questions.
No, this is a dialogue, brother. Go ahead.
Okay. When I hold up this currency, what do you see?
100 with the barcode down the middle.
Okay, so $100 bill. What do you see here?
50.
50. Okay, great. What do you see here?
I see a 20.
20. Okay, great. What do you see here?
A 5.
5. See, right now you're looking at these as face value. But see, Johnny's mind had already made that flip. I see these are seeds and token of appreciation. See, if you take yours because you see it at face value and you sow it on rocky soil, unfertilized soil, it's not going to grow anything. But when Johnny takes these seeds and put them on fertile ground, guess what happens? See, understand what I see, because my brain done made that flip. Tell me what that say at the top of the $5 bill.
All right, the United States of America.
No.
At the top, okay, in God we trust, right.
In God we what?
In God we trust.
Okay, what you see on the 100?
The same thing.
What is that?
In God we trust.
Okay, what that 20 say right there?
Same thing.
Oh, in God we trust.
In God we trust.
Go ahead, what that 50 say?
The same thing. In God we trust.
See, understand, until your brain makes that flip and understand these currencies are a token of appreciation and sown in certain fertile ground, and understand and believe in God we trust, you ain't gonna make no more. See, you're not gonna make no more of these. Do that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense.
And see, that's what you have to do. See, when you have discipline, loyalty, commitment, and work ethic, and you tie in to that one little seed that can move a mountain, all things are possible.
Right. Now, you still keep in contact with anybody from our organization?
Just a few people, not many. I don't know. I guess it's the mindset, you know. You have to, I believe, you got to put yourself in position to be able to take care of your family. And when a system or a company is not producing, how much loyalty do you have to stay in?
Yeah.
Right? Because who are you loyal to?
Right.
Them or your family?
Exactly.
You just got to take your pick.
Exactly.
You can only pick one.
Right. I hear that. Now, you had a couple people join your team from the organization.
Yes, for sure.
Yes, sir.
You know, one of my good buddies, Mr. Odin, one of my good buddies, Mr. Ray. I have about 4 or 5 more, and they're very successful. You know, they're doing their thing. They have their own industry of what they're doing in financial service, but it's always good to have other sources of income.
Right.
And plus, they're retired military too.
Can I ask some personal questions as far as income? Well, just how many sources do you have of income? coming in besides your business?
We actually have 5.
5 different sources.
That's right. The blessing is I haven't touched my retirement and 80% disability, which is 2 different sources, in about 3.5 years.
So you're really in a prime position to build wealth, like to leave wealth for generational type wealth.
That's 100%. You know, and one of my business associates, Mr. Pettigrew, we started doing some other things as in the housing market, because what I deal with credit. So we're building a little team, so we'll start moving houses too.
Yeah, that's something I want to get into. I went to the auction, the foreclosure auction, a couple weeks ago.
That's right.
That's a madhouse. This is the one in Atlanta, Fulton County. I went to that courthouse step. It was packed with people.
That's right.
Packed with people. So that's letting me know this stuff is happening.
Oh yeah, 100. The only thing is you gotta have time and money to be able to move.
Most definitely.
Because when you see the house and you're ready to bid, you gotta have some collateral ready to go.
And they want that money right there.
Right there on the spot. Yeah. You know, and you can't be having a job talking about, hey, can you hold it?
They ain't hearing that. They ain't hearing that, man. You so you said you don't plan to go on mainstream too much. You're just gonna keep it local, but of course, communicate people with via the internet, the sources we have on the internet right now. You're not Facebook Live?
No, my phone died.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I posted.
Well, guys, again, you can join us. We're live right now, Spreaker.com, SPRAEKER.com, / the Answer Game Podcast. If you want to keep on chatting, I understand that you were leaving a lot of chat messages on the Facebook live page. Join us on Spreaker. All right.
There you go.
Yes, sir. So, back to the mainstream. You already done traveled the world, fighting for our country. Okay. Where do you see yourself traveling again? Just because you have the time? Time and the money?
Yeah, for sure. I go to Germany sometimes.
That's where your wife is from.
That's right.
Right.
And I'm planning on a trip to the Dominican Republic to go buy some acreage of land over there.
I heard about that too.
Right. So
I heard about that too. Yeah.
We plan on, me and my business partner, to go buy about 4 acres over there.
That's
so
awesome.
it's all about expanding, knowing what we want, how valuable we are, and putting ourselves in position to win.
Where should I invest overseas?
Say again?
Where should I invest overseas?
Well, you want to go to like countries that's actually like third world countries, like Costa Rica, Dominican Republic, Cuba is opening up.
Right.
When you look at countries like that, believe it or not, they're third world countries. So your dollar goes a long way.
Right.
So when you look around them countries, they're on water. So now you go get some land, just let it sit. Don't build nothing on it. So when they start doing their resorts, they say, well, whose piece of property is that?
Just like that.
And then they got to come call you.
Right.
Don't fly back to Dominican, have them come to you.
Really?
That's right.
Why is that?
Why would you waste your money to fly to them? They need you.
I hear that. And you doing the same thing, huh?
I plan to.
Yeah.
Listen to regional vice president, other sales director, and listening to their plan made me want to capture that interest and want to invest too.
Oh yeah.
When you get some land in third world countries, of course they're gonna want to build some resorts of different type of vacation spots where they're gonna need your land. And instead of you going to them, they will come to you, and then you make your price.
Okay. All right. What part of Chicago are you from?
I'm from the south side of Chicago, the rough side.
Right.
So I grew up on the south side of Chicago. I left to join the military. I was raised on the south side of Chicago. I left to join the military to get a better life and leave the inner city and try to do something constructive with my life. So that's why I did 25 years in the Army.
So you hear about all that stuff going on? Do you have any family involved? I'm sure you have somebody that sees that type of stuff. But.
Yeah, I have a couple family members that indulge into the gangs and all the bad corruption that's going on in Chicago. And some of them been in jail and been incarcerated a couple times. But I kind of swayed away from all of that just to have a better life for myself and my family.
I could ask some political questions, but I'll leave that for another time.
It's okay.
Yeah, because you hear about that stuff in the news, and I actually meet people from Chicago that say that stuff is real. So.
No, it's real. It's real. That's why they call it Chirac. That's why they call Chicago Chirac.
Yeah.
Just like here in Columbus, Columbus is a laid-back town, but you have your little crime here and there. But like they said on the news last week, they said Columbus just had their 11th homicide, and I said Columbus, yeah, 11th homicide in Chicago. You have 11 people get killed on the weekend. Hello. So look at the difference of Columbus and Chicago. That's why when I retired here, I wanted to stay here because I didn't want to go back home. Mm-hmm. And home is just not home for me anymore. So that's why I came back here to the South.
Did you play football?
I played football. Yeah, I played football and baseball when I was in high school in Chicago. And I was just looking for a way out. I just didn't like living at home.
Really?
No. I love the South. I love Georgia. I just love living here in Georgia. People are really nice. And what they say, Southern hospitality. I love it.
Yes, sir.
I just love it. Home, everybody's just mad at the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I don't like living in Chicago.
I hear you. So, guys, we're going to take a little break here. Hope you learned something. We're going to ask a couple more questions. If you have any more questions you want to ask, again, you can join us on Spreaker.com, SPRAAKER.com / Answer Game Podcast. If you have any questions for Mr. Newsome or Ms. Cordero, give us like 5 minutes and we will finish up the broadcast. Answer Game Podcast. Okay, coming back live as a game podcast. Val Holden is coming back at you. Have Mr. Newsome, but he actually, you can tell he has things going because he had to rush off to another business appointment. That's how you can tell people really got stuff going on as an entrepreneur. If they're always into stuff, and that's definitely the case for Mr. Newsome. But we do have Mr. Cordero here from Chicago. Mr. Cordero, you're just how long have you been part of this team?
I've been a part of this team about 14 months.
14 months. Okay. Now, tell a little about yourself for people that you're looking for. What are you trying to do in this business? Why should people be a part of what you're doing?
Okay, first of all, give my honor to God for putting me in this position to want to help people. I want to help people have a better future financially so they can live better, and educate people financially so they can live better. That's why I'm so blessed that God put me in this position to bless others to live better.
Awesome. So, okay, just say me personally, I met you on the street. Of course, we all need, extra money. And you say you know somebody, or you can help out with that situation. Why should I become a part of what you're doing?
Okay, first of all, it's going to help you educational wise to take care of your finances better. And by you being educated and learning more about finances, you can pass it on to other people that don't know nothing about finances. That's what I love about this business. This business is designed to help people live better financially and being more educated about finances. And keeping a good credit score, you always will be in command of your financial future.
Man, Mr. Cordero, you can tell he's part of that system. Johnny has got these guys locked in step. They're doing some big things, y'all. You might want to get in contact with these guys down in Columbus. If you were privy to the conversation me and Johnny was talking about when Columbus was first on fire, it seems like that's going on again with what you guys have got going on. Am I correct when I say that?
Well, let me say this. When Mr. Newsome opened up this business, there wasn't no credit restoration in Columbus, Georgia, nowhere. And a lot of people were looking for solutions on how to repair their credit. And they looked at advertisements on TV. They looked at a couple things that they saw online. And some of those agencies, they wasn't rated by the Better Business Bureau at an A+ rating. And our company, we do everything by the law. And by the law with our attorneys, they do a wonderful job in cleaning and repairing people's credit. But another thing I would like to say, when we opened up this business, a lot of people in Columbus, Georgia were just lost. Like, we didn't even know that we had a credit restoration company here. But the thing I got to say is, when you can do better, when you don't know no better, you don't know no better. But when you know better, you can do better. So basically, that's what I'm saying about our company. Our company is this awesome company. And whenever you guys are ready to get your credit repaired, give Mr. Cordero a call.
All right, guys. You heard from Mr. Ricky Cordero. Again, if they want to get in contact with you.
You can call me at area code 630-914-4120. Ask for Mr. Cordero.
Awesome. Well, guys, that's pretty much it. Wrapping up here again. I want to make sure I mention, if you want to get in contact with me at Greater Atlanta Signing Service, you can contact me at 404-951-4885. Again, the number is 404-951-4885. I want to throw in a mention to the Answer Game Podcast. If you want to follow us, find us on Facebook. We have an Answer Game Podcast Facebook page. You can also find us on Instagram. That's answer_game_podcast. This is a movement, guys. We want to bring more success stories like we have here tonight with Mr. Newsome and Mr. Cordero. Check out our sponsors, Body by Inches, that's BBI.com, Mr. Michael Russell for your fitness needs, and also Computer Love. I didn't mention that at the beginning, but Computer Love. That's owned by Mr. Jason Dawkins, that's Compute with a K, ONPUTER, love.com. For your computer repair needs. He's also about to start selling products on computerlove.com. Also, he has a kick butt work from home program, so get in contact with him. Also, Quality Automotive, that's 202 White Park Drive out in Dallas, Georgia. That's if you want to find him online, it's quality-automotive.com for your auto needs. Also for the mobile detailing business, he can wash your car, so you can come to you and wash your car. Just want to put it out there, guys. Thank you for the people that's tuning in. Thank you again for joining the Answer Game Podcast. Be on the lookout for the next episode next week sometime. All right? Y'all have a great night. This is what I envision.